I'm Leanne Napier and I'm an iBloom team member. This week we are in a fun topic. I choose to be a friend. And this is week number 32 of our I Choose to Love My Life journey. And this one is so important. I think I say that every time, but it really is. I love this week. I choose to be a friend. And one of the reasons I love this week so much is because to me it took me a while to realize that having friends meant you needed to be a friend first. So if you're finding yourself in a place where you feel like you don't have very good friends, or like no one is showing up for you, or no one is going out of their way to help you, I challenge you to see if you have been making those deposits in other people's lives. Because the first step to having good friends is to be a good friend. And the way that I've discovered to do that, because I do have wonderful close friends now, and that wasn't always the case when I was younger and traveling with different jobs and changing cities and stuff like that. It was hard for me to have those close relationships, and I think I let the excuses get in the way of having those deep, meaningful relationships. But really, no matter where you are, you can have close friends, you can have good friends, but it will take work, and it will take choosing to be a friend first before you have those good friends. But what I've learned to be the most important things in being a good friend are that you choose to prefer the other person. I've heard it put that way. And that just means that whenever you're in a situation where you could get the better part, or you could give the better part, to prefer that other person. It's especially true in marriage. I'm finding that, you know, it's so easy to be wanting everything for yourself and wanting to look out for yourself, thinking that if you don't look out for yourself, who will, kind of a thing. But in marriage especially, or whatever type of friendship we're talking about, it's important that you prefer the other person, whether it is the bigger slice of cake or the time that they need to do a project, and you need to do more work on the other end for them. Whatever it is, just think about that other person ahead of yourself. And it doesn't mean that you are always getting the short end or anything like that, because you definitely need to take that time for yourself. And I don't mean that in a way that you aren't ever going to be taking care of yourself or self-care or any of that. I just mean that when you have a chance to prefer the other person, to do that. Other things that that are so important, just like I'm teaching my 5-year-old at home, the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. And I know we say that so often that sometimes we forget what that really means. And so when you look at each situation, think, how would this person want, how would I want to be treated? And then kind of transfer that to your friend. Another thing is following through. So many times I get caught up in the things that are going on day to day that I can kind of forget about things that I've said that I was going to do for someone. But it's so important to, once you have realized that you've dropped the ball, to pick up and do what you need to do to fulfill your commitment to that friend. Another thing is just listening. Listening to someone else could be the greatest gift that you give, because so many people are so busy. They're constantly on their phones doing their own thing. Sometimes people ask you a question and they don't even listen to your answer. And it's not because they necessarily mean to do that, but we're just busy. We're very busy people. And so spending the time to really listen to what your friend says without interrupting, and then if they want it, to offer that advice later, that's a really good way to be a friend. And then the last thing I would say as far as being a friend is just the routine of showing up. If you say you're going to do something with them, to really do it. If they need you and that you know they need you, excuse me, but they haven't reached out to you, just go ahead and show up anyway, because you know that if the tables were turned, you would want them to be there for you. I challenge you to just think about ways that you could be a friend, and maybe just choose one person, or maybe there are a few people in your life that you would like to be closer to, and just spend some time praying and thinking about how you can choose to be a friend specifically for them this week or this month. And I think you'll be excited to see the results. Thank you.